Hi everyone, welcome back to the Casual Watch Review channel. So on this week's episode, I'm just going to do a quick video on a subject that I've never talked about before, which is watches on Kickstarter. So I've never backed a watch on Kickstarter. I've never kind of found one that I really loved enough to kind of like back it. They often have like similar designs, a lot of them quite industrial looking, but I was having a look through the other day, no reason in particular, just to see what was around, and I spotted a really nice one. So this just spoke to me, this watch, and I actually ended up backing it, and I got in on the super early bird. So as fate would have it, as I was looking, it was actually going live within like the next day. So I set my watch to get up early. It went live at like 5 AM my time, which is Pacific time. I'm on the west coast of the US. So the watch, the company's called Maen. So the watch is the Maen Hudson. So they've released other watches before, and all of them have kind of like a New York theme to them. They're actually based in Sweden, but it's set up by two Dutch guys, which is kind of the good kind of backstory around why they use New York names. So this watch is named after the Hudson River, but also it's actually named after Captain Hudson, who was one of the first settlers when New York used to be called Manhattan Island. And when he arrived, he actually called Manhattan Island New Amsterdam. Now, for people that know the US history, that was the original, or one of the original names of New York before it was New York. It was New Amsterdam. In fact, there's a really cool song actually that has that actually in the words of it. So the ship that Captain Hudson was on was called the Half Maen, hence the name Maen Watches. So they've had other watches that they've done. They've done a Manhattan one and a few others, but this is their first kind of like dive watch, and it's very retro inspired, which really spoke to me. It's got, the one that particularly speaks to me is their jet black version with the white ring on it. I really like the flash of red on the hour hand and on the pip of the second hand. I got in when they were $349, and you got a few other extra bits with it, like a spring bar tool and a NATO strap and things like that. But it comes on a very nice, what looks like a very nice stainless steel band. So it's due to be released at the end of this month. So this is May 2018. So as soon as I receive the watch, I'll definitely be doing a full review on it. But I wanted to do this video just to say that this is the first Kickstarter watch that's ever, really captured my imagination and made me want to back it, basically. This is why I've not talked about them on the channel before. So a couple of specs on this watch. It originally was released in a 38mm, and when they got to sufficient backers, I think it was over 400, they're actually going to make a 42mm version. So I'm not quite decided which version I want to look, which one I'm going to go with yet. There is another YouTuber called One More Watch who's actually reviewed the 38mm version, and his wrist is, I think, a similar size to mine, around 7 inches, and that size looked pretty good actually, but most of my other watches are 42mm, so I'll make that decision when it comes up. It's coming in 3 versions, so there's a black dial with a black outer ring on it, there's also a black dial with a white outer ring on it, and all of the watches coming in like either a no date or a date complication. So I think I'm going to go for the date complication with the white ring. They've got the ET2824-2 movement in it, the standard configuration, which is a workhorse movement. It's in a lot of watches. I believe the Hamilton Khaki has this movement in it. 28,800 beats per hour. It's either going to be 100 or 200 meters water resistance. So this is interesting. So they're actually giving you a choice here. The 100-meter version is the one that has the exhibition case back on it, and then the 200 meters is going to have a closed case back on it. Again, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go with the exhibition case back because the movement actually looks quite nice that they've put in it. We've got 120 click unidirectional bezel. It's going to weigh in at 135 grams. They're going to be using Super Luminova on it as well, and some of the shots of that loom look really nice. So it's going to come in the black dial, the black with the white ring. There's a blue dial and also a completely white version, which is going to look interesting. The option that I went for came with the watch box, a steel bracelet, a NATO, a spring bar tool. It's got a domed sapphire crystal on there as well, which is unbelievable for $350. It's going to have your anti-reflective coating on there. It's got a thinner bezel, giving it a more vintage look, as well as a kind of like a longer lug design. It looks like it's going to have a mixture of brushed and polished elements to it, and I'm just really excited about receiving it. They're going to start shipping, I believe, after May the 31st. So when that happens, as soon as I receive it, I'll be doing a full kind of review on it. If you guys are interested in looking at the Kickstarter, I'll leave the link down below. Again, I'm not affiliated with Maen. I just fell in love with this watch when I saw it. And I have looked at quite a few other on Kickstarter. This was just the first one that I ever kind of like captured me to do it. So just a quick video now. So this will kind of be like a part 1 of 2, and 2 will obviously be the full review of the watch. If you've got any comments or questions about this, or even if you've seen other Kickstarter brands that you're really interested in, definitely put them in the comments section down below. You can contact us on the Facebook group as well. You can leave a link on there to your favourite Kickstarter projects. And as always, I get back to any comments you've got. And thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you all out on the Casual Watch Reviewer next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.